Xin chào. Du ma. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Honey,
Okay.
don't say that.
Uh, only those that know will know what I said. So yeah, we're going to do a big news update here, talk about all kinds of different stuff. Before we get into the video, if you do enjoy this video, I'd appreciate it if you smash the like button. If you do not like this video, I encourage you to smash the dislike button. Whatever makes you happy. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever makes you happy. So yeah, there's a bunch of pretty much news going on. The main headline is one more month apart to gradually bring Saigon back to the new normal. So we've officially extended Directive 16 pretty much 31 more days, another month, which there's no surprise there. Their plan for Saigon, from what I'm piecing together and seeing, is they want to fully vaccinate everyone above 18 in the next 30 days, or as close to that 30 days. Probably more likely going to be like 45 days to 2 months. But their plan is to fully vaccinate everyone, or at least first stab everybody. Vietnam is en route to get 20 million Pfizer doses, which they approved today. Deal for 31 million. The first 1 million Pfizer doses arrived in July. The other 3 million are set to be delivered this month. The remaining 47 million doses are expected to be delivered in the fourth quarter of this year. The other thing I can tell you is the Sinopharm. They had 1 million doses of it, and that's the one they've been trying to roll out in the past few days. Saigonese are not taking the Sinopharm. You're not seeing this reported in any of the news, but there is dozens of videos of people at vaccine sites where they announce it's going to be Sinopharm, and they're like, no, Dumar, we're not taking that. We're not taking that vaccine, you know? So Winnie's giving me a dirty look for using cuss words in Vietnamese. But there's many videos. If you want to see one of the videos, it's in the Discord in the lobby. You can feel free to check that out. You'll see a video of people at a test site as of 2 days ago saying we're not going to take the Sinopharm. Now, you know, the Sinopharm doesn't have too many bad repercussions from it. It's just a very ineffective vaccine. It's made with the old technology. It's like about 50% effective, they think. So understandable. I wouldn't take the Sinopharm either, or the Sputnik, the Russian one, whatever the Russian one's called. Those two I would never touch. I don't care what anybody else says. I'm not taking those either. Me and Winnie are both AstraZeneca, so I think our second dose is going to be Pfizer, because they are approved to do the mix and match here. So that probably is what our second dose will be. And it's looking like the timeline for that's like 12 weeks apart. So I'll keep you updated on that. When I go and get my second dose, I'll let you know how it goes. The first one was no big deal. I don't have a third testicle. I'm not sick. I'm not have autism. I'm fine. So get your vaccine if you can. If not, then be slow to everything and see that you won't be able to do much in life in the next 6 months. On the morning of August 15th, currently the risk of a relapse is stronger and more severe if we let our guard down, our subjective. So they're pretty much saying if they stopped the Directive 16, which is pretty much stay at home, that there will be huge problems with it breaking out in large quantity again. The hospitals are pretty full. I mean, Wynn's friend had to go. She had to wait days to get in. Oxygen supplies, rumored to be running low. There's no factual information on that. So, again, that's a rumor. So, I'm not saying that that's factual information. Lots of people are being cremated, you know. So, things are not good here. So, it's kind of understandable why they're doing the lockdown. You know, Delta is a much different variant than what most people had experienced in a lockdown country in the first half of this virus. A lot of people like to compare, you know, America and to the Delta variant that's going on here in Vietnam, which is like comparing a rock to a orange. But, you know, that's your prerogative if you want to go down that lane. But you see America's getting rocked right now. Texas and Florida has massive spikes, massive hospitals are almost full. You know, people are dying. Young people are dying. So, again, this isn't a I want you to get vaccinated video. This is just a news information video. So we're going to just kind of keep it on that. So Da Nang did something very interesting. They issued an even stricter order than 16. They said, stay where you are for 7 days. You don't leave your house under any real circumstances. Let's see. Who can go out when Da Nang closed for 7 days? People in charge of COVID-19 prevention, ensuring to severe essential needs for people are allowed to go out, according to the decision of Da Nang City. People who transport and supply pharmaceutical goods, medical supplies, and chemical for medical establishments. Distribution of food, foodstuffs, and essential goods to the people. Forwarding import and export goods from port to delivery station and vice versa. Official transport, state postal, environmental, sanitation workers. Take care of the urban trees, troubleshoot electricity, water, information, and telecoms. In addition, there are people who go to the emergency room, periodic medical examination, and treatment at medical establishments in the locality, get tested or vaccinated. People who go into isolation or complete concentration isolation period return home. Hospital dischargers, people who come to an international airport to take a flight to a foreign country when they have a ticket. Reporters are allowed to work on the press, but must ensure no more than 6 people per radio and television unit, no more than 2 people with printed newspapers, electronic newspapers. People who can go to work must ensure 3 on the spot. In addition, there are people who work at gas, electric, water, and petrol supply facilities, bank, post, and telecommunications, airport, seaport, railway station, road management. So pretty much only super essential services are allowed to work. Everyone else is required to stay at home. So what that caused was a massive going to the market, filling the markets to the brim, people buying all kinds of supplies, possibly creating a super spreader event. Time will tell on that. They don't give enough heads up for that stuff, in my opinion. I would have gave a week out before I said we're going to do a week down. Instead, they gave like a day ahead. So it really congested everything and had a lot of people out on the streets. So the lockdowns continue, and they are a lockdown. You can't leave your house. Now, like out here, there's no police around here, and all the security are gone. So like at Golden River, there's people walking around. There's people going for runs before the curfew, which is at 6 p.m. There's people essentially just doing what they want with no one to tell them otherwise and no police to issue them fines. I can also see that going on in Bintan across the street. Once you're inside like the checkpoint area, you can kind of do what you want. Not much like policing or things moving around telling you what to do. The other good thing, which I thought I talked about in the last video, but I didn't, is Vietnam's homemade vaccine is very effective so far. It's 91% effective. It's one of the better ones out of them all, and it was developed according to the same technology as the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. They're in the clinical trials now of phase 3. I think in a month they said they're going to start rolling them out. October, I think, is when they're really going to start rolling out. Volunteers receive 2 doses of the vaccine or a placebo 28 days apart. 1 dose to 7 days after injection 2, day 36, will be evaluated. If this data is good, the vaccine demonstrates safety, good tolerability. It will seek approval for the regular and conduct more trials. I think they're going to really try to speed this up. They're going to try to get it through. They're going to try to get it done, and they're going to try to get it out as soon as possible. I do believe that Saigon will be the first to be fully vaccinated for 18 plus, and it probably will most likely be one of the first places to have some kind of reopening. What the reopening is going to look like, we have no idea, to be honest with you. Time will tell with that type of stuff. I'd say a good timeline, my guess. A timeline for Saigon being opening after a Directive 16 is approximately 60 days from now. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of guessing and going by past things that they've done and just kind of making a educated guess off of it. Let's see. Hanoi's in a Directive 16. pretty much everywhere is pretty locked down. There's a few towns and provinces across Vietnam that are kind of open. For the most part, everybody's a stay-at-home. Excuse me. Everybody's under a stay-at-home. Hanoi, of course, isn't as bad. We are not reporting lower cases. They're actually going up. I think yesterday we had our highest. We had nearly 10,000 cases reported in a day, which would be the highest single-day reporting. So it's not really going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, today we had 9,574 cases. We're at a total of 270,986. Ho Chi Minh today reported 5,000 new cases. So it's, it continues to kind of go how it's going. Let me see if I can translate this. We're getting up-to-date news. So this is Sunday, 8/15/2021 at approximately 8:10 p.m. So this is up-to-date post-weekend news for Saigon and updating. As far as, I've said this in every video lately, but as far as coming here on an expert visa, you'd be insane too. I wouldn't advise that in any kind of way. Put a clamp on your plans. I would plan for next year at best. Why come here and be locked down, working remotely? It just doesn't, it wouldn't make a lot of sense for you to come here on an expert visa. As far as almost like traveling anywhere right now in the world, it doesn't seem like a really good idea again. It's kind of like the first wave of the original COVID. It just doesn't seem like a logical idea. Again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. If you want to go take a around the world cruise and whatever, that's your thing. But we're seeing now that the Delta variant is rocking everywhere worldwide. Places are going to go back into lockdowns. States in America will go back into lockdowns. Things are going to change rapidly because this particular variant spreads at an extremely fast rate, and it's making younger people sick, especially non-vaccinated people. The statistics are there now. There's no conspiracy theory shit whatsoever. More people are in the hospital that aren't vaccinated from the Delta variant in America than people that are vaccinated. So I don't know. I think that should tell you something right there. Again, this isn't a video of where I'm telling you to get vaccinated and you're part of the problem, blah, 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 blah. You can still do what you want. It's up to you. Let's see. They are really vaccinating aggressively. Winnie's whole family has been vaccinated. I've been vaccinated. She's vaccinated. A lot of my friends are vaccinated. If you signed up for the list, you can get vaccinated. If you live here and you haven't signed up, sign up and you can get vaccinated. You're not going to get to choose the vaccine. You can still deny it, though, if they're going to try to give you like Sinopharm. If you show up to the vac site, you can just walk out. They try to stop you, but it's just like a nurse being like, you should get this vaccine. There's no like official. Less than 1 minute, a 49-year-old man in Ho Chi Minh City injected 2 doses of Virocell. I think that's Sinopharm. What? At 2 adjacent, let's see what this says. 2 doses of Sinopharm in the same day at the injection site. Mr. Bao said that after measuring harsh weather, he was directed here. He gave the file to a female medical staff and sat down in a chair, facing another wave. The person gave Mr. Bao 1 dose of Virocell vaccine, recorded on the recording sheet. He received the first dose. As soon as he got up, the female medical staff stood at the next table.
Did you read this one today?
What's it say?
So many people
Try to leave.
Oh.
Yeah, and they can't leave because they each have to get checked. Their
But
paperwork.
They had no. I mean, before the new lockdown for 30 more days, they try to go back to the countryside.
Yes.
Because they don't have money to stay at Ho Chi Minh City.
Talk louder.
I talk to you. You
Just but just talk louder.
I sit next to the camera. That's fine.
So can they leave or not?
Cannot.
So people trying to leave to flee back to hometown, why they didn't before, I don't know. I guess people were like holding it.
Now they don't have any place to go back anymore.
Yeah.
They cannot pay the rent.
Yeah, they can't pay the rent here. So I don't know. I think I ended up reading that they were able to get through. They just had to do their medical declaration. I kind of read a revisal on that. I stood in this, sat me down. So back to the. So I thought I needed more antiseptic. Then I felt pain, so I turned around, and this person gave me another injection. Said Mr. Bao wondered. So he asked medical staff who had injected the second dose, and this person says he injected the wrong dose. After that, Mr. Bao rested and monitored after injection. About 10 minutes later, he had a headache and high blood pressure. By noon the same day, he was able to go home. His heart rate measured at home was up to 124 beats a minute, called the post-injection. Doctors at the above point was instructed to return to the injection site, obtained a post-injection confirmation. However, the person who issued the certificate of the injection said that the unfortunate incident was Bao's fault. This person said it was my fault, had given one injection and didn't go, but sat down on the next table to get the second injection. Mine was super organized when I got mine. There was no way that was happening at my particular injection site. Like highly organized, all digital. I think maybe he got confused, went and sat down at the next thing, and they just, put the stab in him. See if there's anything else, and then we'll wrap this guy up. Yeah, but again, there is no reason to come here on an expert visa. Especially if you're in America, you're in a better off situation. This is a really draconian style lockdown here. There is no going out. I unfortunately can't go and break the rules like other people can here. I'm a public figure, and I just wouldn't. I just want this shit to be over with. So, whatever. They want me to stay at home. Fuck it. I'll stay at home. No big deal. You got to make the best with what you got. Let me continue scrolling real quick. So Ho Chi Minh suspended a lot of the checkpoints today because there's a lot more traffic and a lot more cars out during the day now, and a lot of the checkpoints are getting really backed up, which could cause possible spreader events. So for just today, they temporarily weren't checking the paperwork from like noon on. I mean, you can see a shit ton of traffic outside now before the curfew. So people are getting less and less fear from getting a fine and going out. I can see them when somebody's like running in Bintan. In Bintan over here, I can see when someone's running that the police car will just come up to them and just give them a warning, a verbal warning. There is no ticket issued. There's just a verbal warning. Sometimes they'll follow them in the truck for like a minute or two to see that they're like walking back to their destination. But I think they've eased and gone lax, and therefore other people are going lax. The only thing that can happen with that, if that continues on, because they monitor the traffic and all that, is it'll just be like a Da Nang style lockdown where you have to stay at home, like whatever supplies you have or what you have. So, a few selfish people are going to affect a mass amount of people that aren't being selfish and listening to the rules. Again, we're in a country where, whatever they say goes. It's not America. It's not, Korea or where they're from or whatever country they're from. Vietnamese as well. I'm just going to listen and do what I'm told like a good little robot. I just want to get back to making videos and walking around and shooting content. Like, really? So I'll do whatever that takes, whether that be getting a vaccine or staying at home. Whatever the government needs me to do, I'm fine by doing that. Let's see. So yeah, we've covered a lot of the topics I wanted to cover. I can't think of anything else. There is a new Patreon podcast up. It's about an hour long. It's got a lot of views, a lot of likes. People seem to like it. It's pretty candid. I appreciate the new Patreons. I appreciate the PayPal tippers. You guys are awesome. Every little bit counts. My liquid income is way down now because I can't go shoot videos. So, every little bit helps. You guys have been really great with that. I appreciate everybody that's, been with the channel that likes a comment and then comments and, You guys are all great. I really appreciate you. And for those that were on Patreon and couldn't afford to pay it anymore or had to move and stuff, that's okay. I'm not mad at you about it. Like, these things happen. That is the way life is. I still consider you guys, great viewers of the channel. So, yeah, as ever, I will keep you guys updated. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Stay frosty.
Peace out.